What's going on, guys? Happy to be back. Hope you're all well. Apologies about the delay getting started. We're flying solo at the minute. I think Anthony's on a secret mission somewhere, but I thought we'd kick into it anyway and get into the show. So if this is your first time, welcome to The Rundown. This is a show where we break down film and TV. And at the minute, we're diving into Loki Season 2, Episode 6, the finale. I'm excited to talk about it with all you guys that are here every week with us, going along this journey with us. So this is going to be a big one, guys. I've been in the chat already with Mr. Offen Studios. So thank you again, brother, for all the slides. It was so hard to decide which pictures to use. So that was fun. But I think we got some good ones to make some good talking points for the show. And the Kagi's in the house. I see you here too, brother. AJ stopped by. So AJ stopped by and he's driving back from a Comic-Con. That must have been awesome. You balling hitting these Comic-Cons, mate. And I saw your message in the Facebook group when I woke up. So I'll address that later about TVO Loki. I think you're talking about, AJ. He knows what I'm talking about. And who else is here? Francisco's here. Thank you, brother. And we got Lukagi coming in the house with the Spider Lord hashtags. Sorry, not Spider Lord. I'm thinking of No Way Home. Spaghetti Lord. Just watched No Way Home again for the 1,000th time. So that's pretty stuck in my head. Francisco, mate, how you doing? Man, I want to know what you thought of this week's episode, Francisco. We got to know. Okay, where are we at? I'm missing all these messages because I think we might just chat, guys. I want the jumpsuit with the interchangeable Mobius and Victor Timely sculpts. Yeah, that actually would be pretty cool. That would be cool. I tell you what, there's one figure I hope Hot Toys definitely has to make from this series, and we all know what that one was from the end of the show. Awesome. Okay, thank you, brother. Thank you, Offen. Let's get into it. The Kagi saying, I'm going to build a custom throne with green spaghetti. I'll send in Hot Toys to make Eminem so I can have him rapping Lose Yourself in the background. God damn it, Lukagi. You're a madman. You're an absolute madman. I want to say it. Let's make it happen. Francisco says, I like the episode, but it was a bittersweet ending. It was. I watched it again yesterday. I got this thing now, so I'm getting my fitness back in order, and I'm rowing again. I love rowing, so I got a rowing machine, and I have to row for the entire episode. And I saw the episode length, and I was like, 59 minutes. Oh, Jesus. But it was awesome. So I did that yesterday whilst watching the show. Good way of killing two birds, one stone. And just watching it again, even though I had watched it the day before, I was just in the zone of it. Y'all know how I felt about this season. And just the way they film it and they shoot it, and the cinematography was phenomenal in this episode again. And Tom Hiddleston's acting, I thought, and I want to know what you guys think, I thought was next level, just with glimpses and looks, the way he sold Loki coming to the realization of what he had to do. God damn. Don't let me get ahead of myself. All right, so I figure while we will give, hopefully, I don't know what's up with Anthony, so hopefully he completes the mission and gets on in time. But if not, I will kick off into just talking about what I think about the episode and the slides with you guys. So I'm going to count on you guys to throw in some comments and questions or things you noticed or things you want to know from the show to help me out, to give you things to answer. Because I feel like there was a lot that went on for Loki's character development. And I know me and Offen are going to fight about Sylvie, and Anthony's not here to fight with you often, so I might control the realm of battle on that one. No, I joke. I agree with a lot of it, so I'm happy to talk about it as we go. Willie Woodson, what's up, mate? What up from Milwaukee? Wow, thank you, sir. Welcome. Wonder what time it is there for you. Must be nighttime, right? Yeah, I would say so. What did you think of Loki in this season? And that's what we'll talk about in this episode as well. I want to talk about the overall season as well as the finale, what it could mean for the future, because I feel like there's a lot in store for the future. Pardon me, bouncing off what this episode tells us. And I've gone down the rabbit hole, as I do, of other people's conspiracies and theories and all those things. Man, I find that stuff funny. But it helps me form my idea of what I think could actually happen, or what it all means. And that's what we're going to break down here. I thought I was going to bring the throne out. So I've got the throne. That Loki on the throne now is making a little bit more sense, and I'm feeling the vibe a little bit more. But I got to say, I think I want the new one to come with the throne. I think that is the display of choice. The throne, the spaghetti, all that stuff. If not, Lukagi will make it for us. We'll just commission him. He can make it happen. Okay. So coming into the episode, I really didn't know where it was going to go. Coming off of episode 5, which is one you all know I loved from last week. I was loving the focus on Loki and his what he was trying to do, and I feel like they continued that really more. They really, I feel like from episode, I think 4. Let's just say 5 onwards was heavily focused on his personal journey, the hero arc, I feel like, and everybody else became a player in the realm of what his actual journey was. I feel like they really nailed in on, this isn't an ensemble show at the minute to the degree that it has been. This is about Loki, and everyone else was kind of like a pawn or a stepping stone, maybe, if that's the word, to him finding out his realization. What do you guys think about that? Am I overthinking that? Andre's in the house. What's up, brother? We missed you, Andre. Thanks for coming back. Trash. That's it. That's it. Often you don't send me such beautiful pictures and screenshots to choose from, and then hit me with the trash. How dare you?
Trash.
Can someone kick him out of the chat? I don't know how to do it. He knows how to do it, but I don't know how to do it. So often, can you kick yourself out of the chat? Bloody hell. You made me lose my thought. You missed those sweet sounds. Yeah. Well, don't worry. It could happen again. The mic could cut out at any minute. So who knows? Jesus. Oh, wait. I can skip chat. I'll kick myself out. I got the spanner. Go. Cheers. What's the Kogi saying? Really enjoyed the show, man. I'm not smart enough to know whether the science works or not, so that probably helps. I'm right there with you. I don't care about the science. It's not about the science to me. It's about the hero's journey. That's the true. I guess, thing I look for. What's the hero's journey? What's their arc? All the other mumbo jumbo stuff. I have no idea. Maybe it could work. Maybe it couldn't. Who knows? Where are we? Okay. Look, let's bring a picture up just so we can kick off a talking point. Yeah, well, that's the next one. I freaking loved that. I loved that choice. Centuries later. Come on. That was magnificent. He put in the work. He's a god, for God's sake. They became a scientist. Is he one in the comics? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. It did make me interested in checking out what comics cover, spoiler alert, what he becomes at the end, the god of stories. So I actually am interested in reading that now, to be fair. But man, okay. Well, if we're going to get into it, let's get into it. We'll go here. I've got fewer slides from the start of the show. There is talking points or things that I noticed that I kind of wanted to bring up. But again, there were so many pictures to choose from, and you can only pick 20. I went for more pictures at the end, or moments that looked cool, or shots that looked really cool. So I'm going to do my best to cover the first part of the show, which I thought was magnificent. And if anybody can hit me up with what the song was when he talks to Obi, he comes up, he's time shifted back. He's got to make it quicker. He just didn't realize how quick he had to make it. And I love, from the start of the episode, he's on the mission to figure out how to stop it. And it's just so crazy, all the steps he takes and all the things he has to go through to get to the point that he could have got to without going through all those. But you could say he had to go through all that to get to that point, to realize that that's what he had to do. And that's the conundrum, right? Like, how do you get there? And that we get to see this way of him getting to that conclusion of what has to happen. And you just look at this first part of the show when he's literally like, all this is futile, but at the time he doesn't know. And I just found that so interesting how they did that, because we're going along for this ride with him, thinking, okay, yeah, you've just got to get out there quicker and shoot the thing to the loom, and it'll expand, and they can save all the multiverses, and that makes sense because then we can have the multiverse. But I was wrong. The way they go about getting to the point of there still being the multiverse and the role that he plays in it, God damn, what a hero's journey. And I want to throw this out here now so you can think about it, so you can marinate on it, right? This hero's arc, hero's journey, sacrifice that we get to see in this episode, filmed beautifully too, by the way, I feel like, and I'm putting it out there, is right up there with Tony, with Cap, with Black Widow, with their journeys, and even Guardians, the way their send-off was fantastic as well. And I'm not saying this is a send-off for Loki, but it felt like it could be. And if it was, I'd be okay with that. I feel like what an epic way to conclude Tom Hiddleston's journey as the character. It's just cool that that's definitely not going to be the case, and we're going to see a lot more of him, which is epic. What do you guys think about that? Do you think, am I just doing what I do and giving things 5 out of 5, or saying it's the best thing ever? Or do you agree? Were you caught up in the emotion in the moment? Did the show get you there at the end? Did it get you to feel something at the end about the decision he was making? And if you think back from when we first saw his character and the development he's gone through to like get to the point that he does when he's doing this, come on, what a journey to get there right before it all. His acting was phenomenal, I thought. But let's rewind back. We're going to jump forward and back this show, because we're going to go through the timelines. We're going to time slip because we've got a lot to talk about. And knowing me, I'm going to forget it and then think about it 10 minutes later and have to go back to it. What do you guys say? Let me see. Francisco says, Loki. Oh, yeah, saw that. I love that he had to go back, Francisco, and he had to learn all that shit. And when you see him like busting away, it just, I thought it was fantastic. And to that song, that classical song, I think it has some reference to it, or to the theme of what the moment is. But I just thought that was fantastic how they did it. And this scene here where he's starting to rush everybody. All these other guys did a fantastic job acting out that, like they're like kind of following along, but they're kind of noticing something's different. Like Mobius catches him a few times when he goes, "It's going to work this time," or again. I thought those bits were really cool. And then, but this moment where he's like rushing him through it, saying, "You got to do this, you got to do that." His acting was phenomenal with that, and the way he described it to them, like he was getting almost impatient to a way of how he was explaining to do the things, which I thought was fantastic. Oh wait, I have a message. Anthony's on his way, so I'll just keep jibber jabbering until he gets here. Yeah, what I wanted to say was, when is he explaining to him? Sorry, I'm taking a long-winded way to get there. In my previous work, I used to have to train a lot of people in sales and stuff like that. And when you've been doing it for so long, you have to check yourself, because you kind of get to the point where he's like here, like learning how to negotiate and sit down and talk with people and get people on side and get them to buy into spending money and doing things like that. It is a skill, and you have to slow everything down. But when you're in it a long time and you're training new people how to do it, you kind of get like what Loki was like here, trying to get people to like hurry up and move it along. Like, I'm impatient. I already know this 10 steps ahead and I've done it a million times, and I just need you to get where I am right now. So let's move it along. I felt like he portrayed that urgency really well. Let me know if you agree, and I'm going to catch up on some chats here. That's why I put this picture here. What's Victor Timely looking at? Skeen and Andor Part 3. That's what he's looking at often. You took the slide, brother. You let me know. Also, in this moment, who can remember when he grabs the little the character and he goes, it looks like Mobius is in, like, it looks like Mobius, but it's not. It's you, Victor. I thought that's such a classic, still holding a grudge jab from that moment in the other episode where they're arguing about who should go out. He goes, it looks like you. He's in it. Looks like you. You should go. You should go again, Mobius. It looks like you. And I just thought this was such a Loki jab at Mobius, the Mobius that doesn't even know about that argument and squabble that they had. Oh man, that's one of my favorite things of the show, when Tom Hiddleston and him have those moments of just, of course he would hold a grudge and be and just want to jab him that one time, even when he doesn't know what he's talking about. God damn, that was hilarious. Lukagi says, I believe the song is called Durord Sandstorm. Thank you. I need to figure out what this other dude was talking about the meaning of the song, because I've, as I do, forgot. Francisco says, when they finally achieve the job and update the loom, you can really see how happy and proud he is, just to feel despair when it fails. Yeah, so much. And I think if we go past that picture to the centuries later, the fact that they did this and had him go back, like, so we can imagine him going back, because time doesn't exist here necessarily, so it might affect anybody else. But to Loki, he's gone back centuries and learnt this stuff. That, again, even though we don't see that journey, to me, that adds to, wow, he had centuries to get become more of a good guy. And how good of a person is he to still stay committed through centuries of learning just to get back to this moment, if that's how you want to take that? Because if you really sit down and think about it, would you just maybe just like, it'll be all right, like just live centuries later and just go about your life? But he stuck to it. Like, that was epic. And you could miss out on a lot of what that could mean if you don't sit back and think about what they meant by doing that centuries later, to get back, to try God knows how many more thousand times. And he portrayed that really well with how he was maneuvering around and typing. And they executed that, I think, really well. I'm just going to catch up on some more chats. Do all the things like he does all the things. OP. He's OP. Walter Murphy. A Fifth of Beethoven. Boom. Okay, that's the song. Fifth of Beethoven. Yeah, I don't know the meaning. I have to check it out, but I thought it was a perfect song for that moment. Kind of chaotic, I guess, in a way. Always. Justice for Sylvie. Are you going to keep chucking Justice for Sylvie's in here? We're going to fight about that. I'll wait till Anthony comes on so I can fight with him, and then you can join in. All right, we're up on the chat. So to give Anthony a bit more time, what was I going to say? This whole first sequence, so these are the only pictures I have for that, I think. Yeah, so he's gone back in time. Well, we see him journey through, like he goes and grabs, we see Miss Minutes and Renslayer again, and he goes a bit early, and he starts going through that process of thinking about how far back he should go. Which, that would be, to have to go through that and live through those scenarios over and over. Imagine how torturous that would be. And knowing if you don't rest and stop, everybody else dies. Like, that's pretty heavy burden. And when the way they bring in glorious purpose and burden and purpose, and the way Mobius delivers it to him at the end, oh man, it really does fulfill his journey of glorious purpose. Okay, where are we? Oh, Renz is in the house. Anthony got pruned. What a way to enter, Renz. What a way to enter. I think he's pruning people. I think that's the thing. I think he's actually assassinating people. And he's cleaning up. He's the cleaner. He's cleaning up after it before he comes and joins the show. I'm really interested to see what Anthony thinks. And that's why I'm glad he's able to make it, because we haven't really talked about how we felt about it. Lakagi, I really like banter between characters. It's probably my favorite part of the show. Definitely, Lakagi. It's one of my favorite parts of the show, for sure. his banter with Mobius, and that part where he just takes that little jab. It's moments like that I'm like, that's great writing. That's great awareness of where the characters are at and who the characters are and how they interact with each other. I really like that. And I really like this crew here, that we see at the end. They did a good job of, even though for those guys, they were just side characters, I guess, to his journey. I still think they played a great role. Justice for Burger King. Burger King? What am I forgetting? Clarify, please, sir. Clarify. That green mic is sick too. Of course their mics are green. Now, I saw, actually, before I continue, because I'll wait for Anthony for the next part, I saw someone post on I think it was Instagram. I shared it with Offen and Anthony, I think before the show last night. And I think it said about that's why the time stone is green, because of Loki all along. And I'm like, Anthony was like, that's a stretch. And I kind of agree. I think it's a stretch. But what do you guys think? Do you think the time stone is green because they always had in mind that they would have Loki become god of stories? I don't think that. I think maybe we're giving him too much credit if we think that. What do you guys think? Is it just a coincidence that the time stone is green and Loki is now the master of time? What else happened in this sequence here when he was going back? Becomes a scientist. I love it when he says to him, how long? What do I need to learn? I thought those moments were really cool. It's a stretch. It's green because Hulk touched it. Yeah, that's fair enough. Just a coincidence, huh? Maybe. Interesting theory, but probably a coincidence. Yeah, I think so. Not my idea. I can't take credit for it. Anthony's back. Yeah, told you, Rance. He's coming. He's just taking people out. Maybe Anthony is he who remains. I don't know. Could be a good theory. What were you guys thinking when the Centuries Later came up? Let's talk more about that while we wait for Anthony. Like, do you like that Marvel will do things like that? It kind of reminded me of Endgame when it's like 5 years later. I'm like, oh, wow, they went there. Like, that's a good choice. Like, don't you think that this show, when you look back on it, really made some cool choices about where they wanted to take his character? I know there's other characters in the show, but at the end of the day, for me, it's Tom Hiddleston's journey. That's how I kind of look at it. Everyone else is just a side character to his journey. He's been there OG since, first phase. So for me, it was more about his journey. He's time slipping. He is time slipping. He's time sleeping. Oh, here he is. Oh, look out. Look out. Wait. What is going on, sir? How many people did you prune, for Christ's sake? Nice. Don't worry, we got this. We held down the fort. I didn't want to go too far into the show because I wanted to get your thoughts on it. Pretty much just talked about the first, I guess, sequence where he first learns he has to go back in time to try and stop it, get the loom to do its thing earlier. And he's still along that line of thinking that that's what he needs to do. And I kind of wanted to break that down with you, like that we find out that that's actually the failsafe, which is pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
The failsafe
Yeah, so we already said that last episode, right?
Don't be saying that. No,
Dude,
we didn't.
We did. We said it was
definitely
failsafe.
look.
It was a failsafe. They mentioned it.
Yeah, they didn't mention it last episode.
Yes, they did.
Didn't I? Because he told Loki this episode that the loom blowing up is the failsafe.
No,
not that the loom.
Last episode already. So we already covered that last episode. Also with Miss Minute saying, "Thank you for your service." Like, no, it's the failsafe.
Yeah, but at that point we thought the failsafe could just be blowing up and killing everything right, but then we realized the failsafe was always meant to prune it back to the original timeline,
That's
right?
a bad failsafe. It just blows up everything.
Yeah. Because it pushes Loki to it keeps the main timeline alive, obviously, but it keeps Loki. It makes Loki have to make the decision of keeping He Who Remains alive, and that's why he's like, you have to. I mean, well, I guess we'll get there
Oh, that's what you thought. Okay, yeah. No,
because
I
he's like,
understood.
you need to kill Sylvie, otherwise everything but the sacred timeline is going to blow up,
Yeah.
and
Would you
that'll
have killed
be.
Sylvie, John?
Do I want to sit alone for eternity? I mean, she can
There
be a
might
bit
be other
annoying.
Sylvies. There might be other Sylvies.
Look, she can be a bit annoying. She's a
She
bit
can be. She
stabby.
was annoying for season 2. I loved her in season 1, and she was annoying in season 2.
She can be a bit stabby. She can be.
Stabby.
Yeah,
So
she's a bit
stubborn.
volatile.
Yeah, so in seasons 1, they already said this is about self-love and
Mm-hmm.
acceptance and changing, and one character who
Mm-hmm.
can change. But I
Yeah.
felt that Sylvie was a cool character in 1. And in
Mm-hmm.
season 2, it just felt old that she was refusing to change over and over and over again.
She
And I
was the
missed her
reluctant
suit.
one there.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
reluctant. She
did.
was stubborn.
Yeah, she was reluctant the whole time. She was definitely
Yeah,
reluctant. But I feel, isn't? Don't you think that could be looked at as that showing you what a lot of Loki variants are like, and this is why this Loki is special. Our Loki, Tom Hiddleston Loki, is the special Loki. He's the one
of
who
course.
can
Of
change, whereas
course.
others
He is the
can't.
one.
So, and do you think they needed to make her more like that? And I guess they didn't. They didn't need to make it more like that. But you
Yeah,
could say
so,
that they made it more like that to show that Loki's are like that, and he's
yeah,
different. He's
maybe.
special.
Yeah, maybe. And I always kept thinking, they kept saying, this is not about you. And I thought it
Hmm.
had more meaning, so I thought it was about Sylvie, but apparently it wasn't. And apparently old Sylvie wasn't a thing. I was hoping,
Yeah.
dude, old Sylvie and the hunter didn't make any sense now.
Mm.
I would love that old Sylvie plot.
Yeah. Just stepping stones. Why the heck did they hug?
Yeah, yeah, it felt weird, man. Maybe
Mm.
season 3, but no, I don't think it's old Sylvie anymore. But yeah, it's a bit of a letdown.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
I
would have
think
been a cool arc for
ultimately
her.
it could have been.
Yeah, she didn't have an
Although
arc. No,
she
it
didn't know.
was no, 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 no. I want to kill. I want to kill. I
Yeah.
want to kill. Ah, maybe not because everything gets destroyed. That's her arc.
Yeah. Yeah. She did serve the purpose. She was this one of the two last conversations he had that helped him realize what he had to do. That's how
True.
another Loki helped him figure out what his true purpose was. Because Mobius
Yeah.
he has the conversation with Mobius back in from season 1. I don't know why he went back to that exact time. Maybe it's because Mobius didn't know him properly then, so he wanted to
Yeah.
get an honest, like, you don't know me, give me your opinion on how you would do it.
Yeah.
Because that's the purpose they served. And for me, everyone else in the show becoming a secondary character, for him to have his
True.
hero's arc to
His
figure out
arc.
that is
Yeah.
worth it. He's
Yeah.
worth it. I just said before you came on, Anthony, I thought about it. I want to see what you think. For me and Liney, because we're just loving it. We really think that his hero's arc here
Yeah.
is up there with Tony, Cap, Black Widow. Like if that was to be the end of Loki, I'd be okay with that. Like as much as I want to
Yeah.
see him,
So
I'd
this
be okay
is.
with it.
Yeah, for me, this trumps all of the hero arcs, and that makes sense because he's had centuries for his arc.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah.
What a hero's journey. Like what a way to just how poetic from the Avengers 1 where he goes, I'm burdened with glorious purpose. And then the conversation about burden and purpose with Mobius. And I know we'll get to it, but goddamn, like to find out that is his glorious purpose. And it is a glorious purpose, but what a way to have to go about it. Oh man, God, just
Yeah, and he
they did
wasn't
a
supposed to
fantastic job.
be that big of a character, right, Loki? But he went to Comic Con with the legendary bit when he said "Say
Yep.
my name" when he came out in
Yeah.
costume, and the audience reacted so well to that.
Yeah.
It made him bigger than he was supposed to be, and I think Tom Hiddleston done a great job, dude. I
Yeah,
I
man.
heard him say that
So
this was his 14 years he's been doing Loki now. That's a long
wow.
time, dude.
That is a long time. That is a long time, and we've spent more time with him now, probably more than most of the other characters. Definitely more than Cap and Tony.
Yeah.
More actual screen time.
Yeah.
I would argue. The cool thing to know, though, is that I've read a report that Kevin Feige, their ultimate plan is to have him and Thor meet up again. And now that they're
Yeah.
doing a Thor 5, I can see that happens. That's great. We're going to get more of him, and they obviously believe in him. He's acting and executive producing on this series, because let's not forget, he's not just Loki, but he's also the people putting it together. And that counts for something when it's produced at such a high level that everything was down to the lighting in this goddamn show. The whole show had so much care, and I think that you could definitely tell that comes from the producers.
Yeah.
So he would have been loving getting to do that moment. Surely, the way he loves that character, getting to what a freaking moment to get there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's freaking kick into it. Let's get into. Let's do it. I'm too hyped up. We're back to centuries later. And then all this just to get to the point where he realizes he has to go back and possibly kill Sylvie. So let's get to that, which is this picture here. Boom.
So, and it's not only to kill Sylvie, or I mean that he realizes that. He also gets, because first we had the Ouroboros phenomenon was OB and Victor Timely creating the TVA manual together. Now we have Loki being the one who inherits or learns all of the knowledge that OB has on
Yeah.
the TVA and passing it down to them again. So now you have like a bigger Ouroboros phenomenon with those three.
Yeah. And you see that at the end where you see the TVA book. I think I used that picture, and it says second edition. That was cool.
Yeah, the yellow
They
one.
put it into the book. Yeah, they put it into the book, which is so cool. Um, actually, one last bit before we get onto. So I keep forgetting. I knew there was things I wanted to say about this whole sequence. Right? What did you think about, like, every time when on the successful go, when actually Victor Timely gets there and he gets
Yeah.
it done? He was fantastic in that scene, in those
Yeah.
moments with his acting as well, the way he played that character. um, every time he's like, "Don't put it on the ground." Zip up the helmet, like all those. You're just thinking all those
Yeah.
times it went wrong. That he's just like he's so over it. He's
Dude, it
just
was
like,
perfectly done. It's just Groundhog Day, but better.
it was so well done, and just the way he delivered it. Don't
Yeah.
forget, don't put it on the ground. Do your helmet up. Make sure you push it in, or your skin will melt. Like, it must have happened so many times. And then when you
Yeah.
get to the point where he has to fight Sylvie over and over, and like it does those cut scenes, and you see his facial expression change. He's just so over it. That was amazing. I know we've got a lot to talk about in this whole area where he talks with Thingo, but what were you thinking when you were watching it? Because I'm thinking, oh, okay, he has to kill Sylvie. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, he's probably he's gonna have to choose to kill
Yeah.
Sylvie, and it's gonna be
So
emotional, and he's gonna have to kill her. And
first I thought Sylvie was going to turn, and then I thought, yeah, it's a good tragic ending for him to have to kill Sylvie, because it would have been like killing a resilient part of him that doesn't want to change and is out for revenge, too stubborn to see anything. Just kill it off and be done with it and mourn, and he would be a tragic hero. So I thought, yeah, that was also going to happen.
That's what I was thinking. I really thought that's what they were going to do. What did you guys in the chat think? Did you think that's what the decision he was going to have to make? And then the way they started building it up with, seeing him trying to stop her, and then when he lets her go and watch it, like the camera just focuses on him, and you see him watch her walk past the camera, past us, and you hear her stab him. He just like, it's like he was ready to give in. Then he's like, "Oh, she's not going to change. She's not going to stop." I think maybe that's why they kept her so stubborn, because when it gets to this point, and we're watching this a bit again, she's been stubborn the entire show, and that, I think that puts in our heads more. Yeah, she's not going to change. He's going to have to kill her. Right? Do you think that helped with that? Do you think that helped? All that stubbornness, do you think that helped with this moment? Especially when he just lets her go and watches her. We see him and how
Yeah, so
sad
it
he looks
sold
when
the
she's
moment of
killing.
the third option, because I think as an audience we were all invested that there were only two options.
Yes. I think so. I didn't think of the third option. I wasn't.
No.
I wasn't there. I was thinking, okay. I thought, and they did a good job of that. I think he has to fix the loom. He's gone back centuries. It's going to work, and then something else will happen. But then to
Yeah.
realize it doesn't work, and then you think, now he has to kill Sylvie. Oh shit, this is going to
Yeah.
be intense. To then not even that, um,
And
which
as a
leads to
finale,
this
you
conversation.
could see that being a finale, right? Killing off Sylvie.
100%, 100%. That would be. He would kill Sylvie off. He would save everything from blowing up or whatever, like as if it'd stop everything from happening. But he would lose all the relationships he had with Mobius and everything if he did that, because then, oh no, would he? No, sorry, no, he wouldn't, because
No,
he
they wouldn't
had
stay.
already met them. Yeah, he'd already met them. Sorry, I'm thinking he was going back far enough so he wouldn't have met them. It doesn't make sense. Sorry. Let's maybe just see what some of these chats are saying, because I'm lost now. Before we get into more of this conversation. Andre said the boys are back in town. Boys are back in town. Yeah. Skipping often. I told him to ban himself.
Yeah, so we just ended up at the ending of season 1 again. Sylvie of Infinite Spaghetti. That's not a harsh choice. No, it's not a harsh choice. If you've seen Batman, it's all spaghetti. It's all spaghetti.
Sylvie or Infinite Spaghetti. It's not a very hard choice. Obviously, the spaghetti. Yes. Well, I thought maybe it would be a tough choice because of the love they built in the first season. You could argue that, but I'm glad they didn't do that. The orange box hugged old Sylvie to death.
Yeah,
it did. With love. He didn't do it for people, though. He did it for his friends. Hey, that's good enough. That's good enough. Well, see, Sylvie helps her part of the conversation. She helps him remember that give everybody a fighting chance in the multiversal war, because what he's done is going to cause the multiversal war.
True.
So her point is give everybody a chance, and Mobius's point was you have to take on the burden. It's burden either way.
Can you go back to the last chat?
Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't even read this one yet. Sorry.
Yeah. So, he kind of also did it for the people, because he could have just let the loom do its thing and the sacred timeline be restored, and the friends would be fine, right?
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, you would think if you could convince her from not killing thing and keep her alive,
that too,
then it's a win-win. Yeah, win-win.
But
if he could have convinced her.
Chop off the
Yeah,
hands. Chop off the hands.
Yeah. He definitely could not convince her. I thought it was cool moments when we were watching Loki and Sylvie fight, and I thought that was choreographed really well too, actually, some of those moves they were doing.
Yeah.
The way he was watching him, was kind of like he knew. He was waiting for him to speak up to him, and I love it how they kept going back to him saying "see you soon." Like it's like he was saying "see you soon" to Loki.
Yeah.
Well, he was saying "see you soon." Like he already knew all this shit was going to happen, making him even more powerful.
He said, "You can just kill me, but I'll end up here anyway."
Yeah,
which he did.
Oh man. So what are these next ones saying? He's out until Kang Dynasty Secret Wars is my guess. Probably Kang Dynasty. Yeah, I'd say he's going to have to come back to fight Kang. Live Die Repeat. Yep, which is a fantastic movie. I don't know what's it actually called. The Tom Cruise one. That was epic.
Yeah.
This episode is Anthony playing Spider-Man on the hardest difficulty.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow. That's it. Francisco says, I thought Loki was going to ask older Sylvie for the advice to convince younger Sylvie, but he didn't. That would have been... That's Anthony getting in your... Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, so I kind of thought that Sylvie got remorse and then just pruned all the timelines, and that's why... And that's why we get old Sylvie pruning everything, because she knows it's the only option to save everything. Yeah.
But instead, the option was to bring on the multiversal war.
Yeah. No, that was going to happen anyway, with either choice.
Or if he stopped Sylvie from killing.
No. Even then, he said that's already happened, so that's going to happen anyway.
Oh shit! Oh damn. The other option I thought was that Loki will use Sylvie's enchantment to show her what is happening. Ah,
Mm. Yeah, because he's
from knowing
lived like
about the
centuries.
failsafe.
She could have just enchanted him, and then she could have seen all the centuries he's lived through and all the options, maybe.
Mm, good theories there,
Yeah,
Francisco.
that's a
Actually, I
good
didn't
one.
think about that. Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's that's where they didn't. That's where it became more about our Loki going through the steps of just getting to the point of doing what he does. It was more about that. Loki is an ass. He knew he can go out there without a suit. He made
He do it.
Mobius go out there.
He do it. Yeah, he didn't know though, did he?
Yeah. Uh, hi, John. Why is
Huh?
it blank when you show Often's comments? Is it?
Offense like drags. This is often doing it on purpose.
Yeah, I think that's him doing it. He's playing
Why
mind
is
games
it
with us.
blank?
See? What the? We watched Edge of Tomorrow the other day again. It's a great film. It is, mate. I love that movie.
Yeah.
That's a great film. Awesome film. But yeah, this conversation, man, I was vibing on
Yeah.
it, watching it again. This is definitely an episode you pick, like rewatching is so much rewatch value. I feel like, especially when with all the time stuff.
Yeah, you could even watch the end of season 1 first, and then this one.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, go straight from that to that.
Yeah.
I've watched season 1 3 times already, and I
Yeah.
watched it the third time. Man, I love it. I watched it the third time before this season, and having it like
Mm.
literally, it was so fun to watch. It feels so condensed, like because we've waited, 2 years between seasons, but when you watch it together,
Wow, has
it's
it been 2
all one
years?
real. I think so. Well, I think the
Wow.
first season was a year ago, generally, right?
Okay.
Maybe even longer. No, did we do
It felt
Loki
like it
season
felt
1?
like it felt like a year. Yeah, we did.
We did, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Forgetting. Okay, so what's the next slide? Then he figures out he's going to change the equation. What do you think? I'm trying to figure out how he made that realization because he didn't make it here yet. It was something that it's something. I'm trying to
Didn't
remember that. Fuck, I should
someone
write this
say we
stuff down.
replace it with
He
something
says
better?
something.
Wasn't that Mobius? Or was it
Um,
Sylvie? One of both, right?
Sylvie said you replace it with something better. Mobius's
Mm.
conversation was about what burden are you going to choose.
Yeah.
And I think for Loki, that was either kill Sylvie or save everyone and give everybody a fighting chance
Yeah,
to
you have to
survive
remember
the
that.
multiversal war.
Yeah, because he's had like hundreds of years now to understand everything about the TVA,
Hmm.
including the loom.
Hmm.
So he also understands what would happen if the loom wasn't there or to replace it.
Hmm.
And all the time he was thinking that he just needed to learn it just to get Victor out there in a timely manner.
Yes.
In a timely manner.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
after well, it ended up him learning it for option number C.
Yeah. See, when Timely says it's a scaling problem, it took all of that. It took him centuries to learn everything to get them fast enough to get him to succeed for
Yeah.
Timely to go, it's a scaling problem, which leads him to this section. It's like he had to go through how torturous he had to go through and make those choices to get to the point where Timely could survive it to
Yeah.
understand that it's a scaling issue. So I felt like Timely gives him that realization. Mobius gives him another realization.
Mm-hmm.
He Who Remains gives him another realization, and everybody gives him a bit of something that helps him make that decision.
Yeah.
That's
That's
what he has to
cool.
do.
Yeah.
Like I loved that. I thought that was really cool. And that's why I was okay with them all becoming kind of secondary and focusing more on him. And I feel
Yeah.
like episode 5 really started focusing more on him, and it was more that internal thing about him almost we seeing him go through just steps to figure everything out, and then everybody and the way they interact with him helps him come to that. I loved that. Who these freaking show creators are? They're ballers, bro. Give them more to do, please. More things. Butch, what's going on? WTF? What time zone was I in? What up, guys? It's probably daylight savings, Butch. Daylight savings probably gotcha. Because you just went into daylight savings, Anthony, what, last week?
Oh
Didn't
yeah,
you?
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
probably that Butch. Yeah. Look, I know Butch would have been loving this episode. He would have been loving it.
It was awesome.
Often Studios. I'm baffled they didn't stick with the original Japanese novel name. All you
How
need
good
is
is it?
kill.
I
Way
don't
better
know.
than Edge of Tomorrow or Live Die
I don't
Repeat.
know. I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know.
because in I think some countries it's called Live Die Repeat, right? Because in Australia it's called Edge of Tomorrow. I read that too.
All you need is
Yeah,
kill.
that's a much better
I need
name.
to look that up.
That's a much better name. Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch this one. Yeah, do it, Lokagi, do it.
Yeah, we understood.
Live, yeah. Loki came out in 2021. Shit.
Damn.
But the seasons are so well done that
Yeah.
it's literally a span of, well, now centuries.
No glory,
There's no
just glory.
glory.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Making that the theme that he had to learn when we know from, and this is where the MCU can win on so many levels. There's so
Yeah.
much history with Loki through, especially if you watch everything, that it just means more to you when it gets to this point. I feel like it makes so much more sense, and how serendipitous that it has to be the way it has to be. But he gets his wish. He gets his wish.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
No,
glorious burden.
it's just burdened by purpose.
Oh, bro. Okay, let's get through these slides because I want to talk more about that. So he makes a realization, and this is when he goes back to have his conversations. And I guess this is why he time shifted to this spot in
Yeah.
that last episode. Remember, we were talking about, and I went on a 10-minute mission to try and load the picture of this room. After I often brought it up. But like rewatching this conversation, I was like, I was looking out for, okay, what's he giving him here? And I think it does make sense. Would you agree that he's come to this moment before Mobius knows him to get the answer that he gets about the burden of making the decision about pruning timelines and
Oh yeah, I
killing
don't
off
think
people in
it
it?
has to do with the fact that he doesn't know Mobius. I think it probably has to do with the fact that this is where Mobius really wants to get inside of the brain of Loki and knows
Hmm.
what gets him ticking.
Hmm.
And he
Okay,
mentions
yeah,
that.
that makes sense. He does. What did you think about the story about him freezing? I love how he tells it about a hunter freezing, and Loki knows it's him, knows it's
Yeah,
about him, and that
yeah,
Renslayer's. I thought that was just more
yeah,
little nuggets, the way they get there. But like the glorious, when he says, when they have the conversation about the burden and the purpose, and the way Mobius breaks it down, I just feel like it meant so much because of how much chemistry these guys have and the
yeah,
way they've built their relationship up to this point. And when the camera's like, again, the choice they make to zoom in on each other's faces, um, these guys did a great job of, I think, in conveying that just by their looks, and then Loki realizing that he has to choose the burden of sacrificing. Oh, fuck. Come on, guys. Come on. Anthony, I don't even know what to say. Take it away. God damn it.
No, dude, it's fine as it is. I just love these guys talking, and I love this scene because they have just great chemistry together.
Oh man, were you thinking were you catching on to what was happening at this point? Because I sure wasn't. I wasn't sure. I didn't know what he was going to do. Like me and Lani uh, were on the edge of our seat watching this. Like who else felt like I hadn't felt like that since probably No Way Home. Like on this, like what's going to
So I
happen? Edge of
thought
the
he was
seat.
still. This was his arc into killing Sylvie. That was how.
Ah,
That's what I was thinking.
yeah, that makes
That
sense.
he
Yeah,
have
that
to
definitely
carry the
makes sense.
burden of killing Sylvie off. Would have
Yeah,
been good.
and that would have been good. And that would
Yeah,
have been a good way
I
to
would have
do
been
it.
fine with that, especially the way Sylvie has been behaving season 2.
Because we would accept it. If she's not going
Yeah,
to change, you're going to have to do it, Loki. Just do it,
yeah,
bro. Yeah. But as the hero does, the hero finds a fucking another way to do
yeah.
it.
So I
And
thought
he
we
finds
already
another
got the
way.
hot toy, so it's fine. Just kill her off. It's fine, Loki. It's fine.
Just do it. Take her out.
This
She's
was
done.
way better. This was way
Oh, this was so much better. Like, when storytelling, these guys just fucking know what they're doing. To no one called it. All these freaking pundits, and no one called the decision he had to make. We're all thinking the same thing, and they led us there down the path
Yeah.
perfectly. And the whole just tying into the theme of burden and purpose and glory and Loki's whole theme of what he is. Come on, guys. There's, like I said, give us. I think other than Tony and Cap, I still think they're, and maybe Black Widow. Black Widow went out, I think, perfectly as well.
Mhm.
Like, I'll forever. I have the pose of Black Widow running with Clint behind her, trying to shoot the arrow to stop her from jumping off the cliff. I'll leave that Black Widow in that pose forever because
Yes.
that pose to me captures one of her greatest moments.
True.
Like this journey is definitely up there.
Waving tube, man.
Sorry.
No, Lukaku is coming.
I was disappointed that he didn't give my time to the waving tube man. He seemed like his character was crucial to some piss off, Lukaku.
No, it's just a side mission.
Yeah. Side mission. 5 out of 5 episode.
Yeah, I agree. 5 out of 5
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah. This is for you, Lukaku. There you go. We'll forever have it. We'll forever have it as a transition. Great comeback from the trash. What am I seeing?
Trash episode 5. Trash.
Trash.
It wasn't trash.
How dare you?
We should go back to blank comments again from often.
Yeah, keep this guy out. God damn it! I guess like you would need to walk out of the loom of doom. I just wasn't sure what he would need to do with it. Ah, yeah, I get you. AJ's 5 out of 5 for everything for me. Boom! I'm home now. Awesome.
Nice.
Waving tube man.
Waving tube man.
He's back. He's back. Everybody's putting in their bloody ratings now. 5 out of 5. Waving tube man. Nice. Okay, let's get through these slides because I'm not even halfway through the bloody slides yet, mate. Okay, so fantastic moment with him, Mobius. Did you? Okay, yeah. Did this feel like this felt like a final moment between these two for me, right? It felt like that when he shook his hand. I did feel like that was a final moment.
Okay, for me it was just the arc of killing Sylvie. Giving some advice.
Yeah, I definitely feel like this was him. Once he shook his hand, I felt like this was him saying goodbye to him, for sure. DS is in the house. What's up, brother? He goes, watch the episode twice. A couple things don't add up to me. Kick him out. I'm not even reading anymore. Kick him out. What's he going to say? If I just ignore this stuff, it was... It's a pretty decent episode. Yes, DS, for the win. Look, I love how like hard he is to impress. It's like, I guess it was pretty decent.
How hard he is to impress. But would he really admit it if he was impressed, though? He would just call mid. Nah, it's mid.
Yeah.
I can imagine DS just blown away on his floor. Wow, this was amazing. And he comes in the chat. It's mid.
While he's wearing a Loki t-shirt. By the way, actually, I'm wearing my Loki t-shirt too.
Oh,
what's up?
Sure.
Yeah, what's up? Classic. What's up, DS? Thanks for being here, mate. Definitely a goodbye. Yeah, it was definitely a goodbye. I should have caught. I noticed that more the second time. I will say, not the first time. I noticed it more the second time that it was definitely a goodbye. And then he comes to Sylvie and he's stopping time now. He's even more OP, like a boss. This looked phenomenal. The way it weaves through the threads. Oh,
the noodles.
It's the noodles. The way they filmed it.
Sylvie in noodles.
Sylvie in noodles. She loves those. Look, those hairstyle. That fucking hairstyle was bloody noodles. I tell you what, that's a terrible hairstyle.
It is. It is. It matched. It matched the way I was annoyed by how they used the character in season 2. Mid.
Yeah.
Oh, we need a second one. Mid instead of straight.
Yes, you need to start a new show, like a movie or a TV review show, and it all just has to be like just you giving one word on what you felt the show was. That's all you need to say.
The title could just be Stoic. Real Stoic reacts to.
Yeah. It'd be like Endgame. It'd be like Endgame. That's all right.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's all
Baller,
right.
yeah.
Pretty
Dude,
decent.
don't say that. He'll say that Infinity War is like a masterpiece and Endgame is mid.
Yeah.
What a gun. What a
Uh,
gun.
Often says, I rewatched Quantumanium and Scott became spaghetti too. He
Yeah,
did
he
become
did. He
spaghetti.
did. He did. You rewatched Quantumania, dude.
Yeah, that's a tough watch. The first two are so good. Come on. In the end, Sylvie's Nexus event was irrelevant.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
was asking what a Nexus event was, and she's like the briefcase of Pulp Fiction. You never know
Mm,
what's inside of the briefcase.
you
You
never
just know
find
it
out.
happened. There's something there.
Yeah. 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 Unfortunately, she was there to help him realize.
Oh no,
Uh,
no.
with, I will say though, Sylvie got what she always wanted: the freedom to make her own choices, and that's what everybody has now. So in a way, she wins. She gets to go have a life, and which we'll see in her conversation with Thingo at the end. Um, I am DS of Midgard. That is perfect. That is perfect.
Midgard.
Sylvie looked like a teen boy in this season.
Yeah, she did. She did.
Right, that hairstyle. That hairstyle was rough.
And the season one suit looked so good, and her hairstyle as well. This was less than mid.
Yeah, she just wants to be normal now.
Okay.
So then he comes here to have his goodbye with her. Now we're thinking, I think we can both agree that we're thinking, because she's like, you have to kill me, don't you? You have to stop me. It's like
Yeah.
her coming to the realization that she has to sacrifice
Yeah.
herself
Yeah.
to save the,
Well, it's not a
and also maybe,
sacrifice because she doesn't want to, and she doesn't give her blessing, so it's not a sacrifice.
yeah, it's true. That's a tough spot to be in too. Like, no, I don't want to die. Like, should I
Yeah.
care about saving everybody? And that's where she
You
gives
shouldn't
him,
exist though.
yeah, you shouldn't. There you go. See, Infinity War epic. Boom. There you go.
Yeah, well, he'll say
Epic.
that Endgame is meh. He'll say Infinity War is epic, Endgame is meh.
Don't tempt him. Don't tempt him.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Like he couldn't beat her anyway. He couldn't beat her.
He could now though.
Or maybe he'd just stop time if he wanted to and just.
So I love. I think it was a season one, the finale, where Loki said to He Who Remains, "You're just a man."
Yeah.
And him just being a man and being all that powerful. Imagine what a god would be able to do in that place.
Yeah. Actually, that's a great point because Victor Timely is just a man.
Yeah.
That's a great point. And as a god, well, I mean, look what he can do as a god. Holy crap. Sylvie got the
Aussie
Aussie
mullet.
mullet. It bloody is.
It's the same one
Except
John has.
it's this. If I could, if I had to have hair, if I could have hair, but I only could have that hairstyle, I'd stay bald.
You're so right.
I'd stay bald. I'll stay bald. But I guess I wanted to talk about this because this is like his goodbye to her, right? And then she reminds him because I think at this point maybe
Dude,
he's thinking he might have to kill him.
I'm still at you having that haircut. You were like, you
sure.
should have thought of a third option. You thought it's either this haircut or I go bald. Let's go for option B. You should have
There's
thought of
another
option
one.
C, dude.
I should have released the Iron Logan mullet cut. Oh god.
The archives.
Oh god.
Release the archives.
Look, I can grow a mullet because the back of my hair grows fine. So I could grow
I'm
one.
curious now. You're making me curious now.
Yeah, I could definitely grow one. And maybe for next Halloween, I'll get a mullet and go as a tradie.
Chat needs proof, dude.
Or go as a football player. That's all the football players do. Oh, that was a year ago. Maybe I don't know. They probably changed their style now. But here, she helps him realize that maybe it's okay to have the multiversal war to give everybody a fighting chance. And I think before she says that, he's thinking he has to kill her.
Yeah.
And he's coming to tell her that he has to kill her. And then she, on top of what Mobius says, helps him think of, okay, there is another way. And he does. He changes the equation. So then he goes from here. And I thought it was a great goodbye between them. and how everything just starts disappearing and fading away, especially how Mobius just disappears after their conversation. That was
Yeah.
definitely a goodbye. Definitely. The Shin Hati Iron Logan is all right. The Shin Hati Iron Logan's pretty good. I'll give you that. I can rock that. John can rock a mullet. Oh, thank you. Third option, bald in the front, mullet in the back. Woo!
Well, at least
Don't
the
think.
neck will be warm, right?
Yeah, the neck can be warm. Although it's too hot over here most of the time, so I don't want to be. I'll be too hot.
Yeah.
Is Loki a god though? He's not Odin's legitimate son. He's a frost giant. Yeah, but his dad was a frost giant. Was their god, right? The frost
Yeah.
giant god was
He counts as
the
a
king
god.
of the.
He counts as a god.
Yeah, yeah. Let the mullet run down. Classic. But then he goes back to here, and this look, all the looks he gave, the way they lingered on him with the camera, allowed him to express like his acting was phenomenal. Like I made the thumbnail the smile after this moment because I thought that smile was awesome.
Yeah.
For the thumbnail. But the look he gives everybody when he says, "I know what God I need to become. I know what God I want to be." Oh, guys,
Yeah.
come on.
So that's
Who
when I
cried?
thought.
Who
Yeah, so
cried?
that's when I
Anthony
thought.
cried, surely.
Of course, as I always do. So that's when I thought it was going to be the God of Stories, but because it felt so logical. But they
Yeah.
didn't.
They didn't.
No.
Well, he's the God of Stories now. He's
No,
become the
not
God of
really.
Stories
Not
now.
really. Not really. That's what
Why?
I thought last episode. We'll get to that.
Okay. So he makes a decision. He has this little speech for everybody. Amazing. Made us all cry, especially Anthony. And then he starts walking out. Dude, we got to talk about this scene. What were you thinking when he was doing this? My first thought, I won't say was, I want this hot toy. I think that was my second thought after, holy crap, what is going to happen? Dude, while I change the pictures out, give us your thoughts.
So at first I was thinking, are we supposed to know this suit? And I don't think we are supposed to know it, right? I think this was a different suit than he had ever had. But it looked epic because when he started walking, I thought, dude, it would be. I wouldn't like option A, his clothes being intact. I wouldn't like option B, him being naked. So this was a perfect option to see.
Perfect. Like his true nature almost. Like this is his true form or his elevation to the next level of what he is becoming or whatever. I felt like that's what that was.
Yeah.
I think it's more
But what about
Norse
those
outfit.
loafers, right?
Bro,
Loki
they were
loafers.
sick. Sick. I need this hot toy.
It felt so comic-y.
Bro.
And I was kind of thinking maybe it's like a combination between Avengers 1 and the classic one, but it's not really.
Nah.
I feel like I should know this suit, but it was a cool suit. I need it. And the throne.
Is it a replica of the suit from the comics when he becomes the God of Stories?
I don't think so, because he was younger then, right?
Yeah, but I feel like I've seen a picture. Can anyone in the chat confirm that? Because I'm not smart enough to look online and use this computer at the same
God of
time.
Stories didn't have that. I don't think the horns were that long. I think it was just like the crown type thing.
Okay.
I don't even know if he had a cape, to be honest.
Okay.
But
Loki's church shoes. Why? That's what people are saying.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
People
Okay.
I thought it was as well, but it's not. It's not.
Okay. All right. I need to know because that's what I thought it was. Okay. Well, I'm just going to remove one more picture, guys. Sorry, 2 seconds. This scene, loved it. We'll go to the next bit so I can delete that picture. Boom. Hero shot.
Yeah.
Hero shot. This would be an epic way to have him displayed. If you had this version, like those horns are massive. It's a very dark green. It's very simple.
Yeah.
It's very like monastery-ish, like Norse god-ish, old school looking suit.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Like you feel like you'd see in like the TV shows set in this era. That's what I felt like it would.
Can you imagine not getting this suit? I don't think we'll.
I can't imagine it. I imagine a throne with the spaghetti accessories. How could you not? If you were Hot Toys, you make this deluxe or a DX. You get rooted hair. Let's go with the throne,
Steam
the
machine, a vapor machine,
vape machine. You get,
a bridge,
bro. Come on, come
gamma
on.
radiation.
Look at the background between us. Oh, you can't see it properly. It's him sitting on the throne, holding all the holding
Zoom
the
in.
multiverse in
Zoom
his
in. Zoom in.
hands.
Zoom in. Zoom in.
Let me
Do
remove it.
it.
Let me.
Do
I'll
it. Do it. No, not me.
boom,
That is cool.
boom. Like that's how you have him. That's how you have him posed, and that's all I'd need.
Yeah.
What's the chat saying? Before I bring that picture up again, let me. Of course, the 20th picture's not loading. F you.
Of course not. Of course not.
This looked sick. What were you thinking when he blew it up? So he blows up the loom. He uses his magic to blow up the loom, and then he starts realizing and grabbing. He's not dead. He starts realizing. He starts grabbing all the timelines and breathing life into them. If he is not the god of stories, do you want to start talking about what you thought
We'll
this
do it
means?
after. We'll do it after the
Oh,
song.
okay.
At first when I saw him do this, I thought, I thought he was kind of pruning timelines. But afterwards I saw that they were dead, and he was just breathing life into them.
Pretty freaking epic when he started grabbing it. Like, and they're watching him. They cut back to the other guys. Looks like a ninja.
Oh, dude.
My first thought: new hot toy, 100% need.
Imagine
if ever I
getting
needed
those,
one, it's this one.
Getting those green things, right?
Yeah.
Those timelines.
Getting the.
Or not
That's
getting
what I mean.
those,
Like,
and just have them custom made, just light up with the green LEDs.
bro, if you put it in a DTOF, you could have the whole, like, have him on the throne in the middle and have it lining all the walls of a DTOF. Like, and have, bro, come on. Wait, where are we? Now. If they don't announce it, I'm going to lose it.
Church shoes. Yeah.
I loved them. I'm like, I need those shoes. I
Amen.
need those shoes. Amen. Loki reached his final form. Yeah, he did, bro. And what a way to go out. Like, if this was the last we saw of him, I'd be okay with it. But I'm just even more hyped that we're going to see more of him, because he's going to be in with Kang, surely.
Yeah.
Oh, Butch, there you go. That's what we're like. When he started walking us, I need this hot toy. Well, what a way to remember. If Hot Toys didn't, it would be like not making Battle Damage Mark 85.
True.
For Loki's character. If you didn't make this figure for Loki, it's like not making the Battle Damage 85 suit for Tony.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. They're fantastic. These Tom Holland sculpts are not Tom Holland, Tom Hiddleston sculpts are next level. They can do it. If they give us the trash
Dude,
Loki
Alvin,
in a suit.
I don't know who hurt you today or what you're on. But you're riling up stuff in here today.
He's hurt, man. He's hurt. Are you Sylvie? The horns kind of resemble a classic,
right?
Yeah.
But not. Yeah, and the him standing there with his arms outstretched. It kind of reminded me of Richard E. Grant standing there, but it's Vecna Loki. Yeah, Vecna.
And then when he climbs the stairs, so he literally paves his own way to the throne, and how the throne forms for him, bro. And the way they bring in that Loki theme as well, some of my favorite music, Marvel music. It's amazing. You see, his cape
it's not only
is the
paving
timelines.
his way; he's just bringing along all of the timelines.
Yeah, well, no, but there's no ground there, and he the steps appear as he walks up those steps. Like, what a like that version of the character journey, like showing him struggle, bringing everything along, kind of selling the burden of what he's doing. But look how epic the timelines look behind him. It's like it's his cape rising up from the seat. That's what it feels like. Probably just the timelines, but goddamn. Do you think Loki is now like the Watcher and can see the timeline, or is he totally isolated? I don't know. What do you
Yeah,
think? I
so
mean, I
I
guess this will be
think he
Anthony's
will.
theory.
I think he will be able to see them all. Also, I think he will be able to jump through them all, not physically, but we already know that. I don't know how they call it again, but Loki can have his image appear somewhere, right? Like he did in a
Mm,
couple of movies.
mm,
Um, I think he can appear in any timeline that he wants to appear now.
yeah,
Um, so I'm kind of figuring that he's going to be like a multiversal Nick Fury now, and then
yeah.
assemble the multiverse Avengers team.
I think
Just
that's
picking and
literally what
choosing.
they're doing.
I think
Yeah.
there'll be another Robert Downey Jr. there. I think there'll be another Cap there. I think maybe
Hmm.
Scarlett Johansson will come back. Um, and maybe some other new event. I think Adam Warlock will be there. So I think he'll just pick and choose from different timelines
Mm.
for a specific reason to fight the Council of Kangs.
I I think you've called it, Anthony. I honestly think that's going to be his role for Kang Dynasty. He's going to build the team. We got to see him build the team in that ever so important episode 5, where he went back and built the team. That episode
Yeah.
that often loves his favorite episode. Um,
It's his favorite episode. He
that
told us. He told us
he
behind the
told
scenes.
us behind the scenes, guys.
It's my favorite episode, but I
Yeah.
can't be seen saying this. He said.
Yeah, and he goes, if I say it live, I just can't do it, so I'm going to deny it in the chat. So just don't worry. Just he's just doing what he has to do. um, so, and if you think about it, when he started time slipping, he was slipping back into the body that was already there, and they showed us that already. That
Yeah.
is how
Yeah.
he's going to interact. He would just time slip into a version of himself somewhere and take over, because they already just showed him doing that throughout this entire episode.
That's a
That's
good
what he
one.
can do
I don't
now.
know if that's going to be the way, or that. I don't think so. Um,
Okay, you don't think that's
it could
how he'll
be.
build the team?
Dude, it could be,
Okay, that
but
makes
I
sense.
think he'll just appear not in a physical form like he did
Mm,
countless times, right? Because if he would
yep.
be able to be there in physical form, he would be too strong, I think. And I think
Mm,
they'll sideline him as a character who could actually interact with stuff or fight.
hmm.
I think he'll just be able to rally everyone.
Yeah, and man, and that means he's just stuck sitting there holding everything. What a
But maybe
freaking
you're right
hero!
that
God
he
damn.
actually goes into the. That would be cool as well, um,
Yeah,
because they would have set it up now.
yeah. Well, that's already set up. Yeah, like he did it.
Yeah.
He did it. This episode. So that would be sick to see. And agree. Actually, DS, I agree. I would say he doesn't need rooted hair because the sculpted hair on these Lokis is next level. So
And he already
I'm
has
with you.
rooted timelines.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So I take that back. I agree. No rooted hair. You're right.
Artisan
Uh,
Loki.
yeah, they probably will do that now, though. If
What
ever
is
a
that?
Marvel figure, if ever a Marvel figure deserved a DX, it would be a figure like that. Surely, come on.
Hmm.
Uh, They apparently like doing him, so I could see them doing that. When the horns started growing, I passed out for a moment.
Centuries later.
Centuries later, Bush wakes up. The show's over. Oh no! What happened? The credits are on. Those timelines lit up look like the Hot Toys lightsabers and how they light up.
Yeah, well, they just light up on a bit and then they just die out.
Straight up. Francisco says, if Loki destroyed the loom, why were the timelines dying? I didn't get that.
Yes, I don't know which timelines per se, if these were like the created timelines by the Loom,
Hmm.
or if this is actual time
I
made
think I know.
fabric by something else.
Mm. I think so. The failsafe, Francisco, was to blow up and kill all the timelines, but the sacred timeline. So I think him blowing it up still achieved the same thing. So he blew the loom up as the loom was always destined to blow up, but that was destined to blow up to protect the sacred timeline. What he's done differently is he's saved these timelines by grabbing
Yeah,
onto
true.
them and turned it into the tree and
Dude,
become the
that's a
god
good
of
one.
stories, which Anthony will
Yeah,
explain. So
yeah, true. True, true,
in
true.
just a second. You should use the venom tentacles to give them green highlights. Yeah,
Dude, you can just buy
that would
some
be
wool
cool.
and just have some thick wool and just spin it on your detail and you're fine.
I'd just paint them green. Green highlights, yeah, green highlights would work. Yeah, something about this scene didn't add up to me either. It looked cool, but I got a question. Yeah, I'd just say it's that. It's him grabbing all the other
Yeah, I
timelines. The
think you're
loom
right.
was
Yeah.
always going to blow up. Yeah, loom was always going to blow up. Um,
Yeah, I
and that's
don't know if
him.
the failsafe would be actually blowing up the loom, or if it would be something else that the loom did and then being destroyed. But yeah, I
No,
think you're right. I think you're right too.
yeah. Shout out to Natalie Holt for the score. Oh, bro, it's been this
Do we
everything.
know Natalie Holt?
Yeah, she's just I know the name I see on Instagram when I pick the songs to put to my videos. She's
Oh.
the one who did um, the score for Loki
And do we know for
season one,
somewhere
and
else?
not that I know of.
Hmm.
Maybe often knows. She just did a great job on this one.
Yeah.
Loki's new job, cable management. He's the cable guy. He's the cable guy.
And this kind of looks like a server room, right? With all PC
Yeah.
cables.
The Loki music is fire. It is,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Oh, Often's back.
Oh, Alvin is back.
Spamming. Loki is
Loki's
dream
dream
worker.
walking.
Dream
Yeah,
walker.
but without the
Yeah.
penalty. Without the
Yeah.
penalty.
Dia says that's another question I had. If he's jumping through time in his own body, altering things, why wasn't these uh, meetings reflected in the future?
Yeah.
Like the middling, like him messing around with things.
Yeah.
Uh, because at the end of the day, he comes back. Does that make sense? Yeah, he comes back to the
No.
moment
So
before it blows up.
yeah, so I kind of stopped thinking about that, and I
Hmm.
just accepted it because normally you just say timelines branch, but time works differently in TVA, and he was with Loki in
Hmm.
TVA, so basically he
Hmm.
would have had the story, the talk with Mobius in season 2 already, or in season 1 even,
Hmm.
but we didn't see that, so obviously that didn't happen. So that's a bit weird. I just accepted it and moved
Hmm.
on. I was fine with it
Yeah.
because it was cool.
Yeah. I'll dismiss stuff like that. In service of just his journey as a hero and getting to see him do something epic. I think that's what I was more
How
in.
did she do Obi-Wan? Do you remember music in Obi-Wan? I
I
just remember
don't remember the
rocks.
music.
I remember the fire that was such a difficult obstacle to overcome.
It was so hard to overcome. So hard so
Well,
hard.
30 seconds ago it wasn't hard to overcome, but now all of a sudden it is. That's what I remember from Obi-Wan. And the Leia
Yeah.
chase, I remember.
Leia chase, all the bad things. I remember him swimming underwater to get inside the base, getting inside and being completely dry. That was awesome. Like he's like,
It's force blow dry. Force blow dry.
like he's playing a video game. Those things upset me. The time travel stuff, I'm not smart enough to understand all the nuances. I thought because he was time slipping, those other versions weren't affected yet. I don't know. Maybe every time he time
Yeah.
slipped, created another branch, which was a different reality. I
No,
don't know.
because it's TVA, so it doesn't, I think.
But he time slipped when he went back to learn centuries ago. He would have gone to another world, I would imagine, to learn that stuff, right? He wouldn't have gone to the TVA to learn
No,
it.
no, no. He just went to the same place. It's just Groundhog Day.
Loki is playing a video game. When you reset your level, you retain the knowledge of the game is what you play. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. That is a good way of putting it. Force blow dry is
It's
wild.
wild.
Okay, what's the next picture? What's the next picture? Okay, so then
I
he
thought I was going
creates
to
the
say
tree.
something else, so I'm glad he did this one. This is PG.
Okay, so here again, I didn't understand what this meant, so I went and watched some of the other people who talk about what these things mean or the info from the comics and stuff, kind of like what you do with Star Wars Theory. That guy
Okay.
breaks down stuff.
Okay.
And to my understanding, it's in the comics at some point. That's why I'm thinking it's God of Stories, because all these dudes are saying this is the story of the tree and him becoming the God of Stories, and
No,
his
so the
official
story, the
title has
God of
changed from the
Stories
God of
is
Mischief to God of Stories.
so the God of Stories is like the younger version of Loki. It gets changed, and he gets the power to rewrite stories the way he sees
Hmm.
fit,
Hmm.
literally. So he
He
could
did say he could do
actually,
that in the show, though. He said, "I can write another."
but not literally. And the God of Stories does it literally. He could just write a story.
Mhm,
Everything happened this and this in this way. He didn't
mhm,
have to manually change everything. Um, and I don't think Loki has the power to actually write, and it being so. He does
mhm,
have the power to um, um, go into the timelines and shift between every timeline.
Yeah, I think that maybe that's the way they'll do it in the MCU.
Yeah,
Is the way that I think that's what, because it does make more sense for him to become. I mean, and what a great way, especially if like Nick Fury, especially if like let's say Samuel L. Jackson's on the way out, whether he's or not, I don't know, but I don't think he would be. But let's say they were to remove him from the show, or
they
from
have
like
nerfed him
retire him.
so much in the last series and
Yeah.
in Marvels as well, of course.
Oh God. Do you think
The
they would ever step away from him and Loki would become that guy, or do you think he would just be in
Now Loki
coexistence
will do that
in the
in the
multiverse way?
multiverse.
Yeah.
I think I would love if they recast Nick Fury if Samuel Jackson isn't up to it to doing it anymore, or doesn't feel like doing it anymore, or gets too
Mhm.
old. But Loki can't be that guy.
Yeah, okay. No, I didn't mean like that, I guess. I mean like in the sense of in the multiverse way where he'll build the
Oh yeah,
team
in the
for the
multiverse
next
way. Yeah,
Avengers
sure.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. God of Disney's writers room. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
see,
that would
here's
be
the
like the
thing.
God of Stories, but it's
Yeah.
not the God of Stories because um, um, there was a character called Atlas, and he was like the custodian of the multiverse. So
Hmm.
he literally anchored all the timelines to himself. So that's literally what Loki's doing at the moment. He's anchoring all of the timelines to himself, giving them life.
Mm. And that's epic.
Yeah.
It's so epic. And that's all we need. The God of Stories was affected by the writer's strike.
He
Yeah.
wasn't allowed to anymore.
Boom. It looks awesome. It's cool how it was sideways too, like and it turned sideways. And then we come to seeing where everybody is.
Ramatut.
So that happens. I'm still reeling. I'm like, oh, what does this mean? Like, what a baller! Like, I'm just blown away by how they did that sequence. Also, by the way, and
Yeah,
then we
so this
get to
is a
see where
prelude to
everybody is.
Ramatut. This is a prelude to Kang traveling
Hmm.
back to the town of Egypt to pretend he's a god because he has all the technology in the world and the people don't
Hmm.
understand it. And he lives like a true god over there.
So, is this this is the void though, right? So he's going to be in the void with her. She's in the void.
Well, why is she in the void though?
She got pruned, and then Eliath. You see
Okay.
Eliath, the purple light come up on her. See, I think this is going to
Hmm.
be in the void, and this is where Rumtut will be. However, I think Eliath. You see Eliath coming up to her, and it's like you see the wind blowing in her face, and they zoom in
Yeah.
like as if she's about to get eaten. But I think it's going to recognize her, and she's going to actually wield Eliath. I think that's a plot line they could play out because she was the leading soldier in the
Yeah. Yeah.
multiverse
Yeah.
war. And I think
Dude, I missed
Eliath
that.
will know her, so she's back in the void, and that's why you see the for always on the ground,
Yeah.
which is the sign from the TVA floor. If anybody else has theories on that, throw that in. Throw that in the chat here. So,
And it would
um,
make sense that this timeline would be pruned, right? Because they prune every timeline where Kang comes.
mhm,
And
yep. Well, they try to.
if all the timelines get pruned where a Kang emerges, that kind of means that all of the Kangs will be in the void, right?
Maybe. Well, I think what's Lukagi saying here? Not that one. Often says sorry. He was in Quantumania post credits. Yeah, Ramatut is in the post credits
Yeah,
with all
yeah,
the
yeah,
other guys.
yeah. And
Collector
Mortis.
Joey, what's going on, brother? Thanks for being here, mate.
Ironlad wasn't though. Oh
Uh,
yeah, I forgot she's in the
no,
void.
yeah. So she's back in the void. I reckon she's gonna. There's definitely more to come. She's gonna
Yeah,
see Eliath. Eliath is gonna. I think maybe be um, her beast. I think she's definitely got more to play.
yeah,
That's why they
could
showed
be.
her. Um,
She will align with another Kang because
mm,
um,
Hawkboy strikes again.
some things just are meant to happen.
Hmm.
Kang will always fall in love with Renslayer and Loser. That's always like the storyline.
Yeah, and that'll continue just in a different way now. I guess she'll team up. I reckon she'll team up. She'll be involved in
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Um, the guys are chatting. What did I do, sir? Hmm? Oh, oh, striking again. Uh, Kang's
Gangster
go
to
to.
Gangster Paradise.
Oh, bro. Hang
Gangster's
on.
Paradise.
Bro. I just wish I was not so slow.
I understood that reference.
I love being able to use. So yeah, she's got more to come, I think.
Yeah.
Then we get to see. I just chucked this in here because I think that it's important. Is going to be important and maybe play a bigger role. You get the second edition now written with Obi and Loki.
Yeah, and we don't know what he's written in it, right? So maybe there's going to be some cool stuff we see in season 3.
Mm. Yeah, and I did see the creators of the show. I think have mentioned that there could be a season 3,
Yeah.
which is interesting because I'd be okay if there wasn't.
Yeah,
If
me too. Me too.
if Loki's gonna have a big role in Kang Dynasty. If we meet back up with Loki, because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, but I know they've announced Thor 5, and I'm assuming he's going to make an appearance in that, and that's where they'll reunite, or they'll reunite in Kang Dynasty. Is Thor 5 scheduled now to come out before Kang Dynasty or after? If anybody knows, let me know because I
before,
don't know.
but I'm not sure.
Maybe. I would love to know that. Hawkeye. Oh yeah. I'm Hawk. What am I? Hawkeye. I'm just Hawkeye. Mila's actually Hawkeye in our house. She can spot a dime. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, take Loki at my life and realize there's nothing left. He busted rhymes. Oh, shit. I should have wrapped that. R.I.P. Coolio. Who announced Thor 5? Marvel. Marvel, bruv. It's coming. I've even seen people lobbying for Sam Hargrave, the director of Extraction 1 and 2, to be the director of Thor 5, and that would be a perfect
match.
Perfect match for action. If you watch Extraction 1 and Extraction 2 and don't see the epic actionness in that, come on. We're only getting Deadpool next year. Everything else is pruned.
Pruned.
Yeah, it's going to be some quiet times now. No, we get Echo 5 episodes often in January. And that'll be it. John announced it just now. It's canon. It's definitely happening. Trust me. For the moment, I don't think there's much official about Thor 5. They just say they have plans for it. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating. Thor 5 announced. What? Isn't announced. It is! Trust me. Okay, maybe it's not announced.
Famous last words. Trust me.
Just trust me, okay? It's going to happen. It's strange that we didn't get a Thor variant in the show aside from the frog. Yeah, I guess it's just not about him, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't miss it.
Did you think about that? Yeah, I did. No, I didn't miss it. I think that would take away from Loki. This is about him being the hero.
Yeah.
But so now they're revamping the TVA. Miss Minutes is back. They're all working together. That's cool. That's going to show that they're going to be doing stuff. You see the poster on the wall as well that shows the tree, and it says "We grow together." I thought that was cool. So that shows like a future moving forward. So we know the TVA are going to be back in play, but then we see Mobius ends up wanting.
Do you think Miss Minutes is actually reset, or do you think she'll be another villain?
I don't know. It'd be good if I would like to see come. Maybe she's always destined to end up being the villain because she's AI. Maybe she'll make choices and she'll become a villain in a different way.
Yeah, I think she'll become a villain again.
Yeah, I think so. Well, it'd be cool.
Trust me, bro. Bruv.
Trust me, bro. Bruv. Trust me. It's happening. Let's timestamp this. Thor 5 is coming. First of all, my source, he's never wrong. That's me.
The man in the mirror.
Man in the mirror. Now, this was cool how they mentioned Quantum Mania here and how they sorted him. I thought that was pretty cool. A little tie-in to tie that in. I think that version of him isn't gone yet, though. He'll be back, I think. True. Why would you kill off like the main... Isn't that the main look for Kang in the comics? You're going to kill off that look right away? Come on now.
And I don't know what Disney wants with Jonathan Major yet. Is there like any announcements of them not wanting to do anything with him, or are they just
I
afraid to
don't know.
do another Jack Sparrow?
I don't know. I think they're definitely afraid to do another Jack Sparrow. That's why they didn't. I mean, you could not cut him out of this show. It would not have
Yeah.
worked.
Yeah.
You couldn't have not had the scenes. So either way, they made a good decision keeping him in. But then we get to see, again, watching Mobius look over his previous life has so much more depth, having seen them in episode 5, in Often's favorite episode, getting to see that life that he now gets to look back on and help him make that decision to go live his own life. Often understands and agrees that that was so relevant in episode 5 that led to this point.
Yeah, it's why it's his favorite episode.
That's right. That's right. Because, and then how
And he
it
never
tied in.
literally types that it's his favorite episode, but I think it's just because of plausible deniability.
Yeah. Well, I think all those blank comments was, I think we fill in the blank there. And I think the blank was that episode 5 hashtag for life. So what's he saying? Your garden needs work though. Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. A happy ending for these guys, really, in the end. She gets to go off
True.
and live her own life. He gets to be free, I guess. I mean, they put those little
Free.
nuggets
He
throughout
has
the show.
2 of these brats in the house, right?
Well, he can't go back to that, right? He has to go do his own thing because that version of him is there.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think he was just standing there to enjoy it.
Mm.
So I'd be interested to see where they would pick up, or if they'll pick up with their characters. I kind of feel like they have to. I feel like they will. After the success of the show, I think it's been pretty successful. My last picture won't load. It's the picture of freaking Loki sitting there in the green, just looking stoic. So I can't get that to come up. So we'll just finish on this picture. But that's it, guys. That's all. That's all the slides. What did you have any other more points that you wanted to bring up about? I guess should we talk about where this stands with all the Disney Plus series? Where are we putting it? If we were ranking, where would we rank it on your personal scale?
Oh yeah, for me this is 5 out of 5.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what I like to hear. I'm pretty sure everybody was with us. I haven't seen too many people try to shit on the outcome of the show
Well, DS will
online,
try.
which is good.
No, DS will. He'll find,
DS does it with love. He does it with
he'll
love.
find some space to shit on it, dude. Because the meme is just too good not to use. Trash.
DS will love it. He knows he loves it. He told me backstage when he came on that time. It's his favorite show. Yeah, I think definitely 5 out of 5 for the finale of the season. What are the guys saying? Hang on, I'm skipping. Yeah. Often says episode 5 definitely favorite episode. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, definitely. Definitely favorite episode. Yeah, definitely favorite episode was episode 5. Moving on. Top Disney Plus series: Miss Marvel, Hawkeye, Loki, somewhere near the bottom half. How dare you? How dare you? Ban him. For Marvel, this is number 1 for me. Woo! Wow. Okay, so
series
I saw
that. Series and movies. That would be a bold.
I'd probably say for Marvel. Oh yeah, is that both? God damn. Well, there's your answer, AJ, in regards to our Facebook, in our Facebook group, where you're contemplating between TVA Loki. I say,
you're such a salesman, dude. You're such a salesman.
Do it, AJ. I say, if this is number 1 for you, how could you not have TVA Loki and President Loki? AJ. Do it. I need the Just Do It video of Shia LaBeouf. I need that Just Do It video. I love that.
Oh, the Emperor Palpatine. Do it.
Do it.
My
3 out of 5 finale. What? if these Lokis went on the table, I'd flip the fucking table. I'll flip this table, DS. I'll fucking do it. How dare you? 5 out of 5. Boom. Overall, 5 out of 5. Awesome, often love it. 5 out of 5 for everything. Like I guess that's 5 out of 5. What's? I can't even see that picture. I'm that blind. What is that? 5 out of 5.
Fish? What is it?
Oh, dude, you're asking two old men to try and look at the sky. I don't even know what that is. Top 3 series: WandaVision, Loki season 2, Loki the rest.
Yeah.
We either either ate or unwatchable. Come on,
Unwatchable.
shit,
Trash.
unwatchable. Oh,
Unwatchable.
killing me. AJ, don't do TVA Loki. Do it.
So it's versus
Do
you and Arvin now. It's between you and Arvin.
Francisco says 5 out of 5. I thought this season would destroy my opinion of the previous one more after Marvel S kept ignoring their multiverse rules. But I really like Loki's journey.
Yeah.
Loki's journey is the bomb. I think that was the main thing for me for sure.
Yeah.
His journey. You're right there, Francisco. You're right. 5 out of 5 for Renz. Boom.
Brazils.
Boom. Bang. Pow. 5 out of 5. Period. Look, at the end of the day, I think we all revert to what Butch says. He knows what's going on. He says 5 out of 5. That's what it is. I'll wait for the final version from the end of this episode. Can't get everything, even if I was looking at it. Yeah, I know. I'm just messing with you, bro. If they do this final figure, I think. Come on.
Yeah.
All in.
Spaghetti.
I did, however, bring too much more. What? I did, however, bring too much more expensive figures home to. Oh my goodness!
AJ had a splurge. I thought he was strong.
How we do.
And he was selective, but he's not that strong.
Do it. Drax is in the house. 5 out of 5. Best Marvel episode. Best Marvel show episode ever. I agree, darling. I agree. Now, where's the? Okay, hang on. Those are. I just want to say Drax. Can someone get us a Drax clip of Drax like lurking in the shadows? Love that one. How long have you been awake? She's in another room. I wonder how long have you been awake, lurking there? Rundown 5 out of 5.
Thanks, man. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, sir. I guess you can call it a splurge. Nice. That's what we do. We splurge. And that's it. Okay, 5 out of 5 for me. 5 out of 5. In regards to my favorite Marvel shows, I think Loki season 2 is definitely, probably, most likely, of course, definitely my favorite Marvel series. Yeah. I think out of the ones we've had.
Maybe even my favorite Disney Plus series of all Disney Plus series.
Damn. That's true. What if?
Andor.
Andor, yeah. What if Sylvie
Mobius's wife?
That would be epic.
Dude, yeah.
They didn't really have a. That would be epic if they went down that path.
Yeah.
Because that means Loki is in love. It'd be a Loki, and Mobius would be with a Loki. That'd be an interesting little WandaVision spin-off movie for Sylvie and Mobius. I'd watch that. What if Sylvie is? That's that one. Yep. Sorry. Trash? Serious? Get out of here. Justice for episode 5. Look, when often says justice, just to clarify, when he says justice for episode 5, he means more people should love it like he did.
Yeah.
That's what he means.
Exactly.
More people should love it like he did. Come. We got a visitor. Someone's awake. ISB on attention on deck. On deck. Watch. Yes, boss. There she is.
Hello.
You wanted to come and say hello? Yeah. That's what's up. She's going to now crawl under the desk and put her hand up to the screen. So just be careful of that. That's what she does. Yep. There it is. Called it. Hey, we need to. We'll talk about that later. I think I was trying to think about why I loved the series so much. And I think it's definitely the hero's journey, but I don't know if you feel the same way, but I just feel like the whole way they made it, knowing just seeing how much care went into it also plays a part for me when it comes down to like just the way it looks, the way it's filmed, the way the music comes
Well,
into play.
yeah, that's it for me. I think if it shows that they actually love the characters and the stories, which isn't that often. Well, now I'm referring to Star Wars maybe too much, but
Mm.
when you see that they actually love the characters and the stories, then I really like it, and I love the chemistry between the characters, between the actors. I mean,
Yeah. I think Owen Wilson was a great casting choice to pair up along Tom
yeah,
Hiddleston. I think he was just
yeah.
perfect for the role. His demeanor, I feel like he really is Mobius. Like I believe him as Mobius, as that guy, right? Like he really is just that guy. He's just a guy, and a good guy. I love that for the Empires. They were saluting you, Mills, for the Empire. Here for all time,
You
always.
can't
And
rock a
sorry, you can't
mullet.
rock it. Damn, told you. Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. Well, look, I guess to wrap
Let's
up
wrap
our
it up.
thoughts on,
Yeah.
let's wrap it up, and then we'll advertise what's going on next week.
Yeah, it's going to be
Switching it
on
up
your
next week.
channel, by the way, because I'm on call from.
Oh, really?
After half an hour after we started, I'm on call.
Oh, damn! I didn't realize. Oh, did you want to do it the week after?
No, let's do. Let's ask chat,
Okay.
right? I
Okay.
kind of feel that it's the right time to do the Marvels next week instead of in 2
Mhm.
weeks. Usually we wait 2 weeks, but it feels right to do it next week.
Yeah, I think so.
So, has everyone seen the Marvels? Everyone who wants to see the Marvels.
Yeah, let us know in the
Yes.
chat.
Yeah.
We're going today. We're literally going in 3 hours to see it.
Oh, I thought
We're
you were
watching
already
it at
seeing
like
it.
10:45.
Okay, I thought you
No,
already
no.
seen
So
it. Sorry.
we're going to watch it today. So I feel like next week could be good. Otherwise, I'm going to forget stuff. I forget
Yeah,
it
I really
as
liked it.
hard as it is.
It's
Yeah.
at least a 4 out of 5 for me.
And look at this. Often's giving it a 5 out of 5. Bada
Damn.
bing, bada boom.
That is a lot. Often is a man of extremes.
He is. He is a man of extremes. 5 out of
Either
5.
draws a blank or it's a 5 out of 5.
Yeah. Oh shit. Well, look, if we do it next week, then okay, we can do it on my channel. But why don't we do the week after, maybe a Q&A, and do it on your channel, or a posing
Cool.
thing, or something to do with Hot Toys, even like
Yeah, let's do it.
we can do something like
But
that.
maybe ask
Keep the
chat
ball rolling.
if everyone has seen the Marvels yet. Who
Mm.
wants to see it, right? Because
Yeah. Yeah.
we
Oh,
could
even if they
postpone
don't.
it. We could postpone it to 2 weeks, but
I feel like that would be too long. To be fair,
it's yeah, for me as well.
I feel like it'd be too long. To be fair, want to kind of ride the hype of it being out, because every man and their dog's already doing reviews on it, right? Not that we care about that, but
Yeah, but still.
it'd be good to do it when it's a little bit relevant.
Yeah.
A little bit more relevant. Okay, and then look, we can do plenty of other stuff in between other shows or other films. I watched a fantastic film. Well, we watched a fantastic film last week on Netflix with Benicio del Toro called
which movie?
Reptile. It's
Oh,
like
I
a
didn't see that.
crime thriller. Yeah, really, really
Did you watch
good.
Gen V yet?
Gen V, no, but I'm close. I'm close.
What?
I'm
Dude,
close. I'm close.
watch Gen
We
V.
just finished Billions. We just did another. What else did we do? Yeah, we still got a few things to get through before I get to. I've got to watch Gen V on my own. That's the only problem. So finding that time on my own to focus on it.
You watch that on your own.
Yeah, so I can't have Mila around. Cannot have her seeing that. But next week, okay, what's Francisco saying? Watch One Piece. Oh yeah, I still need to watch that. Thank you, Often. Damn.
Yeah.
So many things. Too much content. Francisco says, I like the Marvels more than Captain Marvel 1. Wow. And Miss Marvel. Whoa. To me, it's like in the middle of the MCU movies. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it felt
this is
like
interesting.
1/3 Miss Marvel, 1/3 Captain Marvel, a bit of Guardians of the Galaxy in there.
Ooh, nice.
I liked it.
Nice. Okay. And what we'll probably do for Captain Marvel, the Marvels, is I think you talked to Helen, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did you talk to Helen?
Yeah. Helen is up for next week. So
next week? Cool.
Siskel Shearer will be here next week.
Hmm?
Talking Marvels because she's like the Marvel's #1 fan.
Yeah, so it'd be good to get her.
She's the Marvel's expert.
She's the Marvel's expert, the Captain Marvel expert. She's going to give us some unique perspectives on, because like her favorite character, we got to hear her thoughts. We got to hear her thoughts on the movie. I need to hear it.
She has 5 Carol Danverses, so we need her.
Yeah, we need her voice in that conversation. Definitely. Slushies.
Yeah.
Man, tell me, does it have some vibes from? I'm getting Draxed here by Lani and Miller. Do we have? Does it have the vibe of Captain Marvel? No, sorry, Miss Marvel. Does it have that vibe too? Do we get some of that?
It does. It does. Like I
Good.
said, it's 1/3 Miss Marvel, 1/3.
Okay.
I really liked Iman Vellani in the Marvels.
Awesome.
I kind of feel like she shined the most in the movie.
Ooh. Look, when someone's a natural star like that, you can tell.
For me.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
It's
And there's some
Tom
Easter eggs
Hiddleston's
in there
wife.
too, isn't there?
What?
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it actually his wife?
Yeah.
He's not married, is he?
He is.
What? Tom Hiddleston? Yeah. He's married. Oh, Lani already knows this. Maybe I knew and I forgot. Who knows, guys? Everyone. They what? What? First I've heard of this. You're all lying. Butch, The Marvels was a fun movie. Look, okay, I'm getting excited. Everybody says it's a good movie, Lan. Will you watch it with us, Mila? Sure, yeah. No, I mean, her being there and her watching it is two different things. As we know, taking kids to the movies. You'd be on her iPad.
Same thing for me. Me being here or me following the stream.
How dare you? How dare you? I may see it on Cheap Tuesday here. Lol, I ain't paying full price to see that. Damn, Lukagi. That's savage.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, well, I will let you know later once we watch it. But yes, so next week we'll be back on this channel then to do Miss Marvel. Let's just lock it in. And then the week after we'll do maybe a Q&A posing type, or anything. Maybe we'll take some questions next week. Or if you have any ideas, Anthony. I know
you could just watch One Piece and just review, though. We can do the whole series.
How many episodes is there? Jesus Christ.
No anymore. 12? No,
hey, as long as you can do the slides for it, that's cool. I'm good with that.
So every slide you just say, so what is this? So what is this?
What's happening? Oh, that looks cool. 5 out of 5. I got a 5 out of 5 for those pictures. That looks fantastic. 5 out of 5. 8 episodes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Damn. 8 episodes.
Or 1,000.
Man, I need time to play Spider-Man 2, guys. Come on. It's hard to watch up with shows because then it's either do I play Spider-Man 2 or do I watch a show? Spider-Man 2 is winning at the moment.
Yeah, let's wrap it up, dude.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. We'll be back next week. Loved Loki. It was so much fun to cover it. Probably my favorite Marvel show out there. What a hero's journey. Can't wait to see what they do with him next. We thank you all, you guys, for coming along with us as well. Being here every week, chatting about it. It's been awesome. Dear says, not from what I hear. Heard the movie was trash, but the girl playing Miss Marvel was good in the movie. Oh, wait. When it gets Jesus Christ. Peace. What do I want to drop the mic? Just drop the mic. See you, TS. Classic. Let's end it on that. That's freaking baller. Yeah. We'll be back next week, guys. Have a great week. See you next week. Ending